Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist and welcome. This is my Flosstube number 200 and something. I think 215 if I'm not mistaken. And it is May 1st. My, how the year is flying by, right? And it has gotten truly hot. So, not as hot as it's going to be in July, but hot. Rogue is here, but she feels like lying down. Hey, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? Yeah. Hi. All I have today is cross stitch. Well, with caveats. But I am going to start with an FFO. So, as you know, not too long ago, I finished Lemon Cat and was gathering supplies for Lemon Cat. And this is what I did. Now, I am frustrated that I didn't get everything as straight as I could have here. But I'm pretty happy with the results. My slice of lemon, lemon fabric. This is a trim I found at Hobby Lobby, and this is Rick Rack I also found at Hobby Lobby. And they're both an off-white. And there's the lemon ribbon, and this is a lemon button that I found on Amazon. So, because I wanted slices, because he's holding up slices. And the funny thing is that this lemon slice is almost exactly this size. I could have just sewn that button for his eyes, huh? But I haven't decided if I want to have this be propped up on a table somewhere or hanging somewhere. I'm leaning toward hanging, which means I'd have to attach some kind of, it's a smooth back, so I'd have to attach some kind of hanger back here. This is a lemon cutting board I found at Walmart, and when I unwrapped it, I found that, let's see if I can find one here because I covered up most of them. Let's see if you can see it here. There's little shiny spots like this that go around the top and the bottom to kind of give it dimension, which I couldn't see in the plastic wrap. But I think the thing is cute all on its own. And I'm like, I want a cutting board like a lemon. So I may have to go get another one. Anyway, that's my FFO for Lemon Cat. Hopefully I don't do something horrible to it. Well, as you know, my second whip go call for April was Fat Quarter Shop's Boo Crew. And I was working, this is not the whole thing. It says EW here, but actually I can put the whole thing in a picture here because I have a picture of it. But I was working on this cauldron. Now, you see that it's not exactly symmetrical, but this is in the middle. And at first I thought, I'll just leave it. The white stuff that I had already put in was not in the middle, and I thought I'll just leave it, it'll just be off to the side. But it was bothering me, so I took it out. I'm going to put a picture here of how it looked on Saturday. Okay? And you'll see that the cauldron is just a little wonky. No, a lot wonky. This is a little wonky. Okay? This is a little bit wonky. Excuse me. And I looked at it and went, there's something very wrong here. And I thought about it and thought about it, and I was like, I don't want to live with it, and I don't want to leave the mistake in for me to have to deal with when I pick it up again. So I went ahead and took out, pardon the strings everywhere, took out what I needed to in order to fix it. So I'll slowly put what I need to put back in here when I take this out again. So, and you will see as this video progresses that I didn't get any better at stuff, other things this past week. No. Like I said on the lemon cat, I measured, and then after I glued on the fabrics on those outside things, I'm like, this is not straight. But I left it because it's not going to the fair, it's mine, and you know. So my wonky little cauldron here, I took it out. So that is Boo Crew. And then another problem, plant pots. This was given to me by a viewer for Three Sisters Creative, and it's from the Meow the Merrier by Darling and Whimsy. And when I was stitching on this middle cat, and I was looking at it often at the pattern. And if I could show you what the problem was with the pattern, you would probably understand how this happened. But it's a black and white pattern. And the symbol for white is a B, letter B. And the symbol for black is a crosshatch. But they look so similar, and they're so tiny on this that I just didn't see it. And it wasn't that I wasn't looking at the pattern. I just didn't see the difference. So I am about here. So over the eyes. And I just decided I was just gonna continue on down and put black over the white, because I'm not gonna take out all of that. So this is where I am. So the eyes are actually one row up here and here. I could take it out. It's not like I had done the whole cat, right? I don't know how I get anything done with having to take stuff out so often. Yeah. You're going to see worse problems as my video progresses. So, that's plant pots. Not a lot to look at. It's just white back and forth. Now that I think about it, maybe I will take it out. It's only... No, it's 3 rows, isn't it? Yeah, maybe I won't. Okay, so... My goodness, I'm already almost done. The next one I have for you is BrrBerry, Erica Michaels. Working on this one. And I got part of the birds in. Now, this dark thread, you know, is this part of the wings. And there is a lighter gray right here, which is right here. And then white goes in here and also another color. So I'm doing the birds. And I know I should continue on with this, but any progress is progress, right? So the little swirlies are almost all the way down on this side. So maybe I'll just finish this side and then his little neck and come back and finish the scarf, you know, and the other swirlies on the other side. I might have this finished by winter. But I am anxious to FFO all of my berries that are sitting there waiting on me. So I do want to get this finished in a timely fashion so I can finish it, fully finish it, and get it put out for coming winter. But that gives me a long time, right? Speaking of winter, this is Winter Berries, Erica Michaels. I'm working on Warm Woolly Winter. And I have not progressed too terribly far since the last time you saw it. This sheep has his feet and his little earmuffs. These feet down here are a different color than black, but they're very close in color. And this little dude is going to be wearing a hat that goes off this way. And I got part of the word warm in. There's still so much to do on this one. But I had thought, because I was FFOing the lemon cat, I thought, you know what, I can make the tops for all of them and then just fully finish the ones that are finished. So I took one of these winter berries. Well, let me discuss that later. Yeah, I was crying a lot this week. Okay. So, my temperature sal. Now, I do it every Friday, so I don't have April finished yet. This is Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. As you can see, we had another 90-degree day. Maybe it was closer to 100. It's, I don't notice the heat as much right now because I don't go outside very often. But there's no reason for that. It's just how it is. The temperature is supposed to be 95 today, which is not bad. It's 80 now. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, so it's actually quite pleasant outside. So I'm going to be getting into the very red, very orange colors pretty quickly here. So, and for us, those orangey, yellow, red colors should continue until late September. October it should start getting cooler again. So, ouch. Sitting in a way that my ankle was all bent in kind of silly fashions. So, it's now May 1st, and we have whip go for May. One of my calls was Silver Creek Sampler's Winterful Friends. And I am doing it on 14 count Ada. I am not using called for colors unless I have them. So there's my little beginning. That's where I'm starting from. And there is white there, and you can see it better in person than you can see it here. But it calls for B5200. So I have quite a bit to go. But working on it for 10 days, I should get quite a bit done. The other call was Stitchy Princess, that is upside down, Underwater World. And I tried to start this last year. I started with these little dudes here. And the colors are very pale, and it tells you to put it on a darker fabric. And I thought this fabric, which I did this on, was dark enough, was perhaps dark enough, because that doesn't look that dark to me, right? But this is with changing the colors, and I just don't like the way they look. So I picked, let me see, do I have that the wrong way? It goes this way. I didn't like it. So I tried it again on this color. And there's light blue that goes across here. I might just FFO a little seahorse. But there's light blue, and when I started putting the light blue in, it was clashing with this fabric, and I was unhappy with that. And I was like, I'm not going to go put in a whole bunch of stuff and then not like it. So I just put it down and worked on something else. But I ordered this fabric, which is slightly darker than the first one. This is malachite. It's DMC, printed on one side. Looks kind of watery, right? So if the colors are not vibrant enough on this color, on this fabric, if they don't show up well, I picked a whole bunch of other threads that might work better. And I'm just going to work on it, you know, using the threads that I have, and then I'll mark, you know, what I've done. So as I showed you last week, I was working on the crochet tops for the Lots of Jolly Berry. And I finished this one. It's a little lopsided. Okay, it's a lot lopsided. But I couldn't figure out how far I had to go back to fix it. And I said, well, you know, only the outside edges are what's going to show, so it's okay. But I wanted to start on the red one. The next one is red. And I was trying to get it started, and I dropped my crochet hook. And it fell into the black hole of oblivion. I have no idea where it is. I've looked for it since, I want to say since Thursday. I think it's under the couch, and I moved the couch around a little bit, but I can't get it. There's stuff blocking it from me, you know, moving it certain ways, and so I'm going to have to tear apart the living room to move the couch. I sit on a couch when I stitch. To move the couch, to hopefully find my crochet hook. And if it's not under the couch, I have no idea where it is. I had the bag with the crochet thread below me on the floor, so I could, you know, pull up. I had it there on the floor. but I heard it ping off of the tile. So I know it hit the floor, not the bag. And I have other crochet hooks. I just want to use the same size. Yeah, that is not the worst thing that happened. So, as I said, when I was FFOing Lemon Cat, I thought, I'll just start FFOing all of my berries that I have done and get the tops ready for some of the others, right? So I have this, which is out of an acrylic kind of thing. Find it in the quilting section and stuff. So I traced it and then cut it out. And this is the size of the berry. It helps me position the berry correctly on the fabric. I wish I had had one of these before I started the Holly Jolly Berry because I started it too high up. But it is also what I use I draw around it when I'm going to cut a berry out so that I know where I just cut a little bit further out, to seam allowance. So I started cutting out one of the winter berries. I had it with the back up on the table. Put this over, trace around it, cut it out. Except I cut it this way instead of this way. So I traced around it again, and that's what you see here. And from here to here, I have enough for seam allowance. But up here, right here I have it plenty. But right here, there's not enough. So I'm going to have to stitch something to the top, like I did with... Be careful, little dog. Here, just a minute. Okay, come on. Come on. So I'm going to get maybe some blue, something pretty that looks like it belongs so it won't look like a mistake. I don't know. After I cut this out and I realized what I'd done, I decided that perhaps I was done with that for the day. But before that, I started using freezer paper to cut the felt for the tops, right? And I laid it down and I checked the feel of it for, which side was the side that had to go down. But I got it backwards, and so I glued it to my iron. Fortunately, I was able to get it off, and the glue. I just seem to be doing one thing wrong after another. Can't cross-stitch my stuff right, can't cut it out right, can't iron it right. I don't know. Anyway, so I showed you the lemon at the top of my lemon cat. Now, I looked for lemon slice or button or whatever. I would have accepted a whole lemon button, but I really wanted a lemon slice, And I wasn't finding anything the size I wanted. I didn't want just a yellow button. This bag, it wasn't in a Ziploc bag. It has a sun button with little glasses. It has a tiny little pineapple button. These aren't tiny. They're kind of big buttons, which I like. It has a leaf button. Flip-flops. Tropical. a watermelon slice, a pink flower, a blue flower, a sunflower, and of course a lemon slice. I think the last one is this one. Flamingos. I like flamingos. I might have something to use this flamingo on. Anyway, I got these off of Amazon. This is the Hawaiian selection. But they do have a fall selection and a Christmas selection. I don't know. I'm considering getting them all. It wasn't that expensive. And they're nice and big. They're cute. I think they would be great on the tops of FFOs, on the tops of berries even, or perhaps even, you know, other projects that I do. So I guess that's everything I have for today. I'm kind of happy that it's May 1st, so I can start on my WhipGo stuff for May, and I'm also happy that I don't have to work on Buckaroo anymore. I just make too many mistakes on that lately. But I did get one of, you know, the other O completely done. So I think last week I had taken apart the whole thing, right? Of the O with the hat. I'd take apart a lot of it. So I'm going a little bit forward, a lot back, a little bit forward, a lot back. Surprised any of it's still there. Well, I think that's everything. The reason I was talking to the dog is because my sister was eating and she was over there. She was hoping something would fall in her mouth. And when she realized nothing would, she ran over here back to be with me. She got so excited when she saw that I was bringing my stuff over here. You know, she sees that when I pull all of my bags out of that area where I keep them, she's like, oh, I gotta go over there. She starts following me around. It's kind of cute. A very big wind just came. Anyway, that's enough. And I'll talk to you guys next week.